Hello, everybody. I hope you have had an amazing day. So, the topic that I thought I would concentrate on today is on networking being your net worth. The reason that this came to mind, do I even have a reason? No. But in terms of the value, so I wanted to explain like the value and how it's benefited me being belonging to like a network. So how this came across for me is, for anybody who doesn't know me yet, my name is Chico and thank you for joining me. So I just thought that's important that I introduce myself as well before I get carried away. So as you're checking in, do also feel free to let me know where you're checking in from and comment as well. Anything that comes to mind and that's of value is worth sharing. Okay, so how I came across like the importance of networks is that it was at a time when I was going through like a transition in my personal life in terms of experiencing like family loss, as well as looking for a transition, moving away from what I was doing career-wise. So everybody kept saying, oh, follow your reason why and your purpose in life. And I couldn't really define it or articulate what that was. And the other thing I kept hearing was like your passions. And I was like, what's my passion? My work? So that's what I tied it to. And I couldn't think beyond that. So one day, like when I was at home, I decided just by something came up like on Facebook, an advert, and it said Tony Robbins, inspiration and motivational speaker, and I clicked on it, registered, didn't read the details. Something just propelled me to actually want to go there. And this event was on it was, I believe 8 o'clock in the morning. Starting from between 8 and 9 was the registration process. So I went in the morning. I hesitated a little bit because I was like, oh, maybe I could have like a lie-in. But something still was telling me, go there. And I did. And since that day, I've never looked back. And that's been like over 2 years now. And prior to that, I had been going to like other networking events, but that was mainly related to the type of job role that I was in. So how this like personal networking things helped for me was that it helped me separate from like my professional background because I was so fixated on that. And this first one, I met people who were like-minded individuals, and it was a room full of like individuals early in the morning who I didn't expect to be there, who were also looking to change their outlook in life. They were either feeling stuck in relationships, in their profession, in anything that was like pertaining to like the environment, and they were just looking to clearly define that. And I felt really at home. I felt like this was the environment that I could connect with individuals who could potentially develop into like friendships, as well as people I could corroborate with. So my key tips for you are that if you're feeling stuck at the moment and you don't know where to start, and you keep hearing people say find your reason why or your purpose in life, or start a business or something like that, become an entrepreneur, it's not all easy at first to find out how to clearly define that. The best option, I would say, or next best option would be find local community networks. And what this would do for you is open up like your mind. For me, it helped me being surrounded by individuals who are like-minded, in a sense that it's changed my outlook in life. So mentally, physically, and financially, wanting to keep my well-being healthy. So that's mentally as well, and as well as physically, because when you get into that type of environment, no matter how you're feeling, you feel elevated emotionally as you're leaving. So you get this like buzzing feeling like of creativity, and you want to go to more. And I hope this is what like you experience from going to these networks. So the ones that I can recommend for you are meetup.com as well as Eventbrite, which I found very useful. But this is only for something that hopefully it'll provide you that education information where you get the opportunity to choose. And I am sure there's a lot more networking platforms that you can find. Obviously, they are online networking platforms, but there's nothing better than actually meeting people in person, because what that did for me, it also gave me the opportunity to move away from like my comfort zone. Okay, so that every time I went to like a networking event, I challenged myself. I challenged myself in terms of like meeting people that I wouldn't normally speak to. And by that stage, I had developed so much confidence that I would approach people. But what I've also learned through networking is that people get carried away or excited by giving like business cards. So if you're trying to brand yourself like as an individual, take your time. Don't just give business cards to every single person that you meet, because what will happen is the likelihood is you may not even contact most of those people. It's to develop a type of connection where you hear from that person first, and when you wait in the introductions and hear from them, then you can determine whether that individual, whether you can offer them your specialist skill, or whether they can offer you some specialist skill as well, what they specialize in. So I found that instead of like introducing myself first, what happens is that person, their mind drifts away to something else because they're looking to meet somebody else and network. But when you pay attention to them and hear what they've got to say, then it's almost like they are in tune with you. And you also do cut out time, especially if you're meeting like a lot of people. You get to start to identify people you can connect with based on like your values and what you're looking for in terms of like those networking arenas as well. So the other tip I found is that once you've developed those relationships where vice versa you can corroborate, leverage off like their experience, or that they become your potential clients, is that follow-up is key. So having like a follow-up process is essential. Why it's essential is that it will help in your in building your business. Even if you haven't clearly identified what your passion or your business is going to be, but that list becomes your net worth. Yeah, the list is individuals. Although I'm calling it a list, that's an online marketing term. But it's about getting to know people so that they know, like, and trust you. And when you've developed that relationship where you are in a position to offer them what we may call as like a cure or a solution, then this is the time when you can actually then start to be in the position to offer them that, because you find even from my own experience and possibly your experience that there are people who will approach you and try and sell. And I've had people inbox me as well, like in Facebook, but they haven't really got to know me as an individual. And most of the times what that does is that it just kind of like blocks of any type of like further engagement. It doesn't take the conversation anywhere because people will experience it as though they're being sought to, and people don't like being sought to. And I'm one of those individuals as well. Although I am like, over time I am learning, but it's about learning more about the value that you can give to people, what you can provide based on your specialism. So I'll just summarize about like networking, and being your net worth, is that over time, what it does for you is that it will enable you to have the confidence to meet people from all walks of life, professionals you never come across in daily life. it will also enable you the opportunity to start to get closer and closer to like your reason and your purpose why in life, because every time you go to a seminar, there's light bulb moments that come through where you think, I got it, I got that idea. But it's also about when you go to those networking opportunities, it's about acquiring information which links with you, not every single thing, so that's linking into the knowledge that you acquire as well as the people that you get to know. Okay, then the last one is about follow-up. Follow-up, because those people that you meet could potentially become individuals that you could either collaborate with, learn from them, which is like leveraging, learn from their existing, what they've gone through, their experiences, the hardships, and what they overcame, and then where they are now. It'll help you to give you like a grounding where you're able to bounce off like ideas off each other, or to receive some type of like mentorship. Okay, so those are the key ones. And also that you also be able to potentially, through following, be able to have a client base as well. And it doesn't happen immediately, but it's about building that relationship over time. So I hope the information that I have shared has been of value. And if it has, feel free to leave a comment, including what your experience has been with networking. If you ever network, or if you're new, do you have any particular questions, that you want to clarify further? Feel free to leave a comment. And thank you for joining me.